This band? I like this band. I wrote it down so I don't forget who they are. Oh, I remember. Fucking Slap! We're back, Mellow Horror Madness with some of the hardest thrashers you'll ever see. They say they groove death. What does that mean? Like my jank-ass uncle? He thought he was groovy in his disco outfit. I couldn't stand it, that alcoholic piece of garbage. No, these guys are groovy. Death metal, and your face uncompromising. And they coming to you from the streets of hell. Or the streets in hell. They say heaven's paved with gold. I don't know. I want to know something, though. I want to know what love is. I know what love is. It's looking in the mirror. Decarthus, how we doing today?
We're doing great. Yeah.
How did we come up with this? First of all, what does groove death mean? I tried to make an analogy of my dead uncle, and he's buried in his disco suit. I may have to dig him up to ask his opinion on it, but I wanted to ask the source.
Ooh, where does groove death come from? I think when me and Dylan initially started coming up with the music for the band, at least for me, growing in guitar playing, I was listening to a lot of Lamb of God.
Nice.
So that definitely influenced some of the playing for sure.
He put me on to most of the music that I was into, like at the beginning.
Yeah, so I was brainwashing him with hopefully the right shit.
Yeah. I love the term. I love the term. I think Lamb of God, Pantera, Cannibal Corpse, Death, they punch each other in the face a couple of times. You little spawns of Satan are born. Where did the name come from?
Yeah. I think
Where
also
did
Crowbar
Decarthus came from? Who came up with the
Crowbar,
name?
Crowbar as well in that group.
Crowbar
as well.
would definitely be a big inspiration there.
Huge.
Love Crowbar.
Such a good band. Where did Decarthus
We're
come
always
from? Who
doing
came
a
up?
cover.
Yeah,
I'm
we've been.
Go on, I'm talking over you guys. How insulting of me. Please.
No, you're
No,
we were just gonna
no.
mention we play a Crowbar cover at the end of our set occasionally.
Yeah.
We do To Build a
So,
Mountain.
yeah.
Just shouting out those guys.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
Huge.
Crowbar, one of the greats. When I was in Milwaukee Metal Fest, I met some real heavy Crowbar fans. They had the symbol on their hands.
Oh hell
Yeah.
Oh, dude, these
One
are
of our
real
friends
legit.
just got the album cover with their faces splitting tattooed on his
that's
arm.
sick.
Yeah, Planet Squad. Yeah.
It's so sick.
That's one of my favorite bands. I'm old school. I've been around since that first album came out. They just hit so hard, that band. I love my sludge metal.
Yeah.
I love my sludge like I like another McDonald's number 7. Extra fat. Put extra fat on the fries. I don't want the bone metal.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I don't believe in exercise. Anyone that knows me knows that. I was trying to ask you earlier, where did Decarthus come from? Who came up with the name?
This man right here.
This man right
The way
here.
that happened was when me and Ivan originally decided to start making music. We had a bunch of shitty names,
Really shitty.
like
name.
really bad names. Like Dead Weight,
Title
Title
Descent
Descent
was crazy.
There was a few others that I probably can't remember, but there were some really bad names, and I was like, we need a good name. So I searched demons' names
Nice.
and grabbed 2 and just smushed them together. I just grabbed Decarabia and Malthus and just Decarthus.
To be
It's
fair,
a
when I
sick
joined this
name.
band, I thought that the name came from Dark Souls 3, which is one of my favorite games. There's a place called Catacombs of Carthus.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main reasons why I joined.
Yeah.
And now that
Whatever
he knows
it takes
not
here.
that he's probably gonna leave us.
No, that's so sick. And I guess another thing we should do is let's introduce ourselves. We'll pretend we're at some jank ass corporate job. This is what I do. I'm metal horror man. I bang metal moms. I live in Massachusetts, and I like to Let's go around, boys. Introduce yourself. What instrument you play? You play a guitar. You play a skin flute, trouser snake. I don't know what you're doing. You tell me.
Let's start with Paul.
Why me, bro?
We'll start with Paul.
Okay.
So we're gonna go counterclockwise.
My name's Paul Hammond. I play the drums. Very big hardcore kid. Yeah,
Sick.
very
Who
active.
are
in
your
my
favorite?
scene.
Your top 3 hardcore bands?
Ooh, that's fucked up.
I do shit like that on here. I just ask. It's like Metal
gotta
Moms.
choose
I just go,
three.
you're going home with me, and they know it. I don't even fucking flinch. Top 3 hardcore bands. I know you know them. I know they're flowing
Okay,
through you right
Minor-
now.
Minor Threat is high up
That
there.
is a good one.
I'm
Amazing.
straight edge myself, so I have to pick
Nice.
that.
The 2
as, like,
7 inches. Yeah.
Oh,
2 7 inches is
oh.
the peak.
So sick.
I have that on mine.
I wouldn't consider them hardcore-ish. Their name is Nailed Shut. I love them.
Nice.
They're great.
Massachusetts, yeah.
Massachusetts, yeah. Oh, we love them. And I'm a big fan of World of Pleasure.
Nice.
World
See,
of
I
Pleasure is
like
awesome.
that. You didn't just give 3 of the biggest names out there, and that means you are really a hardcore kid. Because you little bastards are very stuck up and like to keep a tight-knit scene, and I love that about you guys.
Yeah, man. 845 Valley Style.
Sick.
Love me,
So
my
sick.
guys over at Subtle Title.
Nice. I love it. I love that scene. I was just at one of the bigger bands, Hatebreed, Lamb of God, that he mentioned earlier. But that Hatebreed
Yeah.
show in Massachusetts was, that was nasty.
Yeah, they hit. Oh my god.
Most definitely.
So I'm Ian Starr, and I'm the bassist.
Yeah. Not related to Ringo.
Who are your top 3
That's
bassists?
all we get from
That's
you?
all you
Is
get?
that all we get
Who
from
are
you?
your
I mean,
top, who are
listen,
your
tell us
top
your
3
influence.
bassists?
Yeah, what are your
All right,
influences?
all right. Well, listen,
3 bassists.
I'm rocking a 5-string bass. I got that Sterling Music Man 5-string.
Oh yeah.
I mean, my favorite like metal bassists are like Steve DiGiorgio from like Death and Testament.
Yeah.
Fucking, I mean,
That's a good
Lemmy.
one. Pick.
Like, come
Oh,
on.
Of course.
Yeah.
Lemmy's kind of the goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are some of the guys I guess I'm trying to emulate a little bit.
Nice.
but with the 5-string. So
Fuck yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm Ivan. I play guitar, rhythm guitar, lead. We kind of go back and forth. I love me my death metal. I'd say
Nice.
my top 3 right now. Vitriol is a hard one not to mention because
Yeah.
they just do. They're just so out there.
Fucking
That's like a
weeping.
really. I think they're ahead of the death metal game for sure.
They are so good.
Yeah. I was
Fucking
just about.
Weeping.
Next one is Weeping. Weeping is another crazy death metal band that just
Sick.
you hear that shit and it's just like,
What the fuck?
what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's what we kind of try to do every time we get together is make sure one of us is looking at each other like, what the fuck?
What
Yeah.
the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't real
Uh,
music if we ain't laughing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
seriously. And then, I mean, I guess what really got me into guitar and metal, I can't not say Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Because
Love Ozzy.
without Tony Iommi down tuning, none of us would be none of us
Yeah.
would be
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
what we're doing.
Drop
None of
C
us
would
would be.
Everything goes back to him.
Everything.
Every genre,
Literally
every spin-off
everything.
of music, everything. For sure.
For sure. So yeah,
I
that's
like those
that's
picks.
me.
All right, little tiger.
I'm Dylan Jensen. I'm the vocalist. My top influences for my vocals are definitely Lamb of God, Whitechapel, and Shadow of Intent. I'm still trying to
Sick.
get that Shadow of Intent tone, but those are my top 3 influences for that. I really try to make my vocals in time with the riffs, like at the same time the guitar is hitting, I'm doing the same thing instead of like fighting against it like a lot of the other bands do.
Following the
Yep.
groove, man.
It's all about the groove, groovy. That's why they came out with that
Absolutely.
groovy. They knew you guys were the grooviest metal band out there.
Thank you. so much.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed. Yeah.
I'm the
Self-proclaimed.
self-proclaimed king of the Thrashers, and that's the way I say it. And if people don't like it, they can fuck themselves. That's how you got scene. New York, baby.
Fuck yeah, love
Yeah,
the king,
bro.
bro. All right,
All right,
little
let's
tiger.
move
Five.
I'm not. He's little tiger. Or he's little tiger. Let's see. I'd say.
What's your name, dude?
what's your name, dude?
Yeah, that's right. My name's Jerry. I also play the guitar, the strings, the string section.
Banjo.
And
Yeah, the
harmonica.
banjo sometimes, and the harmonica. I love ripping on the harmonica, man. And the automaton. I got the automaton. That thing's a jam. But I'd say top 1 would definitely be Black Sabbath. Tony Iommi again. Volume
Top 1.
4, Masters of Reality. Sabbath.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, that was my first
Um,
metal record.
As far as like death metal and black metal, Satanic War Master would be one. I definitely was like one of my introductions. I definitely love Black Braid. Shout out Black Braid. Have Heart, hardcore. I love that kind of hardcore. It's a big switch up. I love all kinds of genres. I love, you know.
He's kind of our big split genre guy and throws kind of anything on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and him both, man.
I be fucking up the aux. They all hate it when I get the aux.
Every
but,
now and
yeah.
then.
Listen, I mean, I'd be bumping some Jane Remover.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
And that's the way, you know what?
Also,
That's
shout
what
out
I
Bottoms.
love. I love that you're into so many different genres like that because that is what this scene needs to be about.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of just. I mean, I grew up just like listening to things like Creedence and then Danzig,
Yeah.
and then it would be just a big diversity. So it would be like it would just kind of just end like
And
that.
all
And
the
Pink
bands,
Floyd.
all the bands we listen to, they
Yeah.
wouldn't have been inspired to do what they do without
Most
jazz
definitely.
drummers, jazz guitar players,
True.
all that. So
Yeah.
you got to appreciate.
And
Yeah.
Pink Floyd, you gotta
Yeah,
appreciate
play Pink Floyd,
yeah.
blues,
Ooh.
Jimi Hendrix, Stevie
Oh
Ray
my God,
Vaughan.
Stevie
God
Ray,
damn,
right.
bro.
Yeah. Leonard Skinner.
Yo,
Throw that in,
yeah.
Yeah. Creed.
Creed.
Okay, we're getting
Creed's not
that.
in
Now we're getting
Let's calm
insane.
ourselves down here, okay?
Buddy
We don't mention
guy.
that name on this podcast. Creed.
I'm sorry.
What are we doing?
Sit me down,
Insulting the
sit me
madman?
down.
But I like the
No, I'm
genres.
saying I love Creed, bro.
I love that you like all different types of music, and it is important to do that. And I was just on Women of the Pit. Lisa Holt has a podcast, Gary's wife, and they were asking me some of my bands, and they were shocked when I said Duran Duran. I'm like, that's one of my favorite bands of all time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Please,
Invisible.
kid.
Come Undone.
Oh, so good. And then
Dude.
I can tell you, you know what she does is she brings Gary Holt on there to sit down and start talking about me. And I fucking
nice.
geek out. I stop speaking. There's tears coming down my eyes. I'm making a complete ass out of myself. And then he's like, I'm going to come say hi to you at Louder Than Life. And I'm like, I might just fucking combust and
That's so
disintegrate into fucking thin air. But the thing about liking all different music is those are the bands you appreciate. The elitist bands that just claim they only listen to one type of metal and that's the only shit they want to have around, I have no tolerance for that. I think this
Yeah,
is
you gotta have
us,
some
right?
diversity, man.
It's us against them. This scene's just trying to stay alive all the time. So we don't need all those people
Exactly.
gatekeeping 24/7.
Yeah, I hate
like
that
yeah.
shit.
share the music.
We-
Everyone's trying to do something unique
Yeah.
and put their art out there. You gotta hear everything.
So true. And when you got to hear everything, you guys like pumping out music. What would you rather do? Write some songs or go out and perform?
I like performing a lot.
I'm more.
I would have to
performing.
say performing a lot because
Just
right.
at
it
this
takes
point,
me a lot of time to write up some lyrics. And,
Yeah, we
and record
spent-
them.
we spent like the end of the fall through the winter doing a lot of writing so we could have songs to go out and play, and
Nice.
that really like burnt us out. So it took a little. We took a little break, and wrapping up will soon be a debut EP, which will be awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
I thought it was
So
an
we're
album.
album EP. We'll figure it out
I
when we
would-
get done with it. But we've just been slowly like dripping some of those new songs in and trying to like just get a feel for those live. And honestly, I think that makes performing like the pick for all of us.
I would
Because it's like we've been reacting to these songs amongst ourselves for so many
Right.
months that
Yeah.
getting out and playing them and seeing like people in the front row drop their jaw when he hits his 808 pad and the whole fucking building shakes. It's just like, yeah, that's sick as fuck. I'm glad it's doing that.
Yeah,
So
that
I
makes it
would
worth
like
it.
to say though, I would kind of like a little bit counter. When I have a lot of motivation, I do love writing and like writing a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But when I lose my sort of motivation, things like live shows always bring back the motivation in music.
yo, for sure.
And it's not like I don't, it's hard to choose between them because live shows are so much energy and so much fun.
Yeah.
But I also have so much fun creating and writing like guitar pieces and just messing around and kind of teaching myself more as I go and
Yeah.
in compositions and productions.
I know damn well you hate producing.
I've been with this kid
He
producing. He
produces all of our
hates. He
music.
hates. Yeah.
He mixes
The
and produces
overnights-
all of our music. We don't go
Oh,
through
wow.
the studios or producers.
Yeah,
This
we
man does it
Overnights
all.
at SUNY Purchase.
the three of us go to SUNY Purchase. I am in the like music conservatory. I go for audio production.
Nice.
So I'm taught to work on mixes
Yeah.
and masters and get into all that EQ and nerdy bullshit. So when me and Dylan started coming up with stuff, it was really just me in the process of figuring out how to record stuff. I had just gotten a Focusrite. I was still in GarageBand.
Yeah.
I mean, Chapters from
yeah.
a Distant Memory was all on GarageBand.
Archetype Radio.
Damn.
It was a grind for sure because GarageBand cannot do a lot of things that say Logic or Pro Tools can do. So you're kind of limited to what you have, but we made it work. And once I got to Purchase, that kind of opened it up. I got to get experience with Logic and actual full-on recording and mixing, and then the recording process began. And he sat with me for many late nights. We would go
We
to
would go overnight.
the campus
yeah.
studios were open 24
Damn.
It would
hours.
be snowing.
So like we'd get there at midnight. We'd be getting back to our dorm rooms at 7 a.m.
yeah.
Just
Wow.
from working.
People
on
would be
recording
going to
and
class
mixing.
and we'd be coming back like exhausted as hell. I'd be running into people and they like be talking to me and be like, dude, I'm like brain dead from this all overnight.
We've just been
grind.
mixing
Yeah.
and retracking all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Infernal Desolation.
And
the
that's
chapters of-
stuff people
chapters of
needs to hear though. Those are things that new bands need to hear. That it's not just all fun and games, right? It's not you run.
No,
in there,
you have.
it's
It is.
oh my
There
God.
are many nights of you just sitting there like, why the fuck am I even doing this?
Yeah.
It was
Same thing with
definitely
practice. There's a lot of
huge
time-
grind.
Yeah.
We were all like
Yeah.
learning as we were going.
And I mean, even with the show stuff too, half of us are an hour away now with college. So
Oh, okay,
every
yeah.
Friday, someone comes and grabs us college kids, and we come back and we practice.
Yeah.
In
It's,
summer,
it's a
yeah.
grind. It's a long ass drive every
Summer,
week.
yeah. Summer
It's
too,
worth it.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's worth
all
it.
summer. All summer, he's been
So,
driving up from
yeah.
Staten Island for practices.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to live in Brooklyn. I got moved to Staten Island, and I drive from Staten Island through Jersey up back into New York, and it's like a 3-hour drive, no AC, but I love it. It's,
I like the no
couldn't beat
AC.
it. Couldn't beat
That's old school madman style. I'd have no.
I
I
know.
worked in a job.
I
I suit and
blast-
tie with it. No AC.
it. Yeah.
no AC.
No AC.
No.
Sweat all day.
My car doesn't even have Bluetooth. I'd be running CD stacks. I have the CD
love
window in my car, and I have a 6
Yep.
CD stack. I've got Cowboys from Hell, the Days and Confused soundtrack, Black Sabbath OG album, Stevie Ray Vaughan's in my car.
The whole spread.
Yeah. Also got like Blitz Kid and a bunch of horror punk bands. They're awesome though. I love them.
Oh, that's sick, dude. I was just in Jersey for SummerSlam, and I had about a 3-hour drive. And I just played Biohazard and Sepultura the whole ride there. I got
Oh my
I
God.
was so,
Shout out
I was
Billy
so
Biohazard.
amped up, dude. I went fucking nuts on this trip. Talking about not sleeping. Maybe I slept an hour or two a day. I was the loudest guy at MetLife Stadium. I was causing scenes everywhere. I need attention. I need attention all the time. And when you talk about live shows, though, the travel alone sucks. Traveling places is a pain in the ass. What advice can you give? A two-part question. What's been your favorite venue to travel to? And number 2, what advice would you give people that are hitting the road? You know, what do they really need to look out for?
You don't even drive us.
We don't drive.
Me
What's our
either.
place to go?
Yeah.
Our favorite place
So,
venue.
I mean, favorite would definitely, I would say Dingbats.
Yeah,
Dingbats
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 our
is
favorite.
fun, yeah.
As much as I can't stand driving in Jersey at night after
Yeah.
the shows, because every time it rains. It
Every
rains
time.
after the shows.
Every single
so
time.
I'm driving
Right.
on the Jersey highways at
Yeah.
night with all those signs reflecting. I can't
it's
see
so
a
bad.
thing.
It's a pain
Yeah.
in the ass.
All the
yeah.
reflecting paint on the road
Yeah.
too really
And
helps.
there's barely any paint there. The lines are so thin and short. You
Yeah.
can't see the lines in the road.
They got like the
I
little
know.
like reflective discs on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely the
Hitting
favorite
the-
one to drive
Hitting the
to.
grandma stance, you know.
Yeah, we love Dingbats. Dingbats is awesome.
And as you said, you went to New Jersey. You definitely have to come back to New Jersey September 29th.
Yeah.
Because we are
Yeah.
opening for
really?
Oceano's last tour ever.
Yeah,
I
wow.
Declare War, Arsenio Row.
Love them.
Yeah.
And,
And
Crucifixion. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Huge
gonna be
shout out to
insane.
Dingbats. you know,
September
for holding the
29th.
show.
Let me make a note. I should be back. September, I have 3 things. I have Louder Than Life, Slayer, Hershey, Pennsylvania, where I'm going to cause hell on fucking earth and cause an apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah!
I saw
Yo.
that show. I failed. I want to leave in handcuffs. And the third thing I have is the third
It
thing
ain't
I
a
have
good
is
show if you're
Silver
beat up
Screen.
or in handcuffs.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, I'm Metal Horror Madman at Slayer's fucking only headlining show in the United States. If I don't cause it, I have hundreds of people expecting me there to act like a complete fucking asshole, and I'm not going to let them do that.
Exactly.
But I just took a note.
Meet those
September 29th.
expectations, please.
I got it. Trust me, I was practicing when I was just at SummerSlam. And then the cool thing for me there was, because it's all about me and my ego, people started recognizing me there, which blew my fucking mind, because it was a wrestling event. And I'm like, this, I don't need this right. I'm walking around like I own the place with the cut-off sleeves, my high tops on. I went on this big spinny wheel thing. I cause a scene. They use my picture on the Fanatics casino page. Everywhere I go, I noticed. I'm making friends in the stands of the place. I'm finding reasons to yell fucking Slayer left and right. And that's what you got to do when you get out there. So if I
There
can
will
make the
always be a
29th,
reason.
There is never not a reason.
there's never not a reason. If I could get out there the 29th, don't worry. I will cause a scene that you guys
Fuck
will
yeah.
be.
Fuck yeah.
It'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
fucking Jersey War. It'll be bigger than the Jersey fucking Devil and their shitty hockey team. But anyway, when
Ah, go Rangers!
I'm a Rangers fan too. I grew up in Long Island. I'm actually
Fuck yeah!
I'm stuck out here in Massachusetts. These fucking teams are not my fucking teams at all. I had to sit through that Patriots bullshit for all those years. I'm a Giants
Hey, man,
fan.
respect
I
to
like
you.
Hey,
suffer.
man, I'm a,
Huge respect to
I'm a
you, man.
Steelers fan. I got one hell of a fucking year coming up.
That's a fucking rough fan to be there. The fucking Steelers. When you're touring,
Yeah, man.
if you're a new band, what's the biggest thing you have to look out for with touring? Is it the venues? Is it hotels? Is it travel? What's the number one thing that could really screw everything up?
Idiot drivers, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure, idiot drivers.
Yeah.
You don't know. Like, the show that we just played before, it was me and Ian. The whole drive back, we spotted, like 7, headlightless fucking drivers, dude.
yeah.
Like, what?
We almost got pit maneuvered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always got pit maneuver coming up here. It was
Yeah,
fucking,
today.
It was not fun, yeah.
Someone was
shit.
crashing into the cones outside the venue.
Yeah. You know, it's really like
Are you pointing at me?
Idiot driver.
Oh, okay.
Into the
Kill
cones.
yourself.
what
Okay.
really makes the trips worth it, though, is like the very nice interactions we have with each
Yeah.
other. And the
Yeah,
bond
there's a
that we
lot
grow.
of memories made on
Yeah.
those trips to venues.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
stupid
Yeah,
inside
yeah.
jokes, and
Yep.
Definitely.
it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, listening to music that's like not metal also. That's like always
Yeah,
we
the
always
random-
bump out.
the
Yeah,
random
rave
Fetty
out.
Wap.
Bump. Yeah.
I can definitely say in my times driving down to Purchase, picking these doofuses up was like something that really helped me out through a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. So like I can't like thank these guys. enough.
I would also say joining this band was also like a huge motivation boost because I was also going through a really rough patch in about like a late March, April area.
Yeah.
And given that, given the call from Paul, it was like because they were playing the show at Purchase, and I learned
Our first
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. I locked myself in my room and I learned all of that shit in
Yeah,
like
we-
2
I-
days.
we
Power
had a-
went out. We practiced with the power
Damn.
out.
we were looking for another guitar player, so he had been with us and hanging out around the band and helping us out. When the discussion came around, it was like, let's try Jerry. Let's
I
see what
had
we
to
can
call
do.
him up. Bro.
So we had a show a week after we made this decision. He lived across the hall from me. I would go over every day and we would sit together and I would teach him the set for like 2 to 3 hours a day.
Oh wow.
We did it in a power
Major
outage with
power-
no amps
Yeah.
And no
unplugged,
service. No
clean,
service as well.
because we just so I
Damn.
could show him the fingering and get it set,
Yeah.
and then we did that show.
Pause.
So he fucking asshole. But yeah, he definitely did a major, because without a second guitar player, a lot of parts that we wanted to play live were just not doable.
Leads or
And
not. Yeah.
not only did he help us do that, he became a massive part of like the characteristic of this band. And he's
Sick.
one of
Yeah.
our favorite people.
Yeah.
We love.
I love-
this man.
I love being as ridiculous as I can.
Yeah.
And
Alright,
he
that's-
feeds into it.
I did.
That's how I live my fucking life. You guys know that. I don't know how to be serious anywhere.
Yeah.
It's all I do. And what I love with you guys, though, is I've talked to a lot of bands. I meet a lot of people. You guys just have great chemistry. You have great energy, great chemistry. Sometimes I can tell that in the first few minutes, like, this fucking band won't be around too long. Like, I can just see what's going on. I've seen a few examples of that. So it's great. The other thing I like is that you're talking about what this does for you, because whether it's making music, right, whether it's content creation, acting in a play, just being creative, you just feel something, right?
Creating with this group of people has made, I think, each of our lives. At
makes
least
me
from my
so
perspective,
fucking
it's
happy.
made my life 1,000 times better.
Yep.
For sure.
That's definitely true for all of us.
Yeah.
Without these guys, I don't know where I'd be.
Yeah, literally.
Music. Yeah.
And don't forget that, because life happens. Years go by, shit happens, sometimes friction. And you just got to remember why you started it, how much you mean to each other, and just to take care of each other. Because the other thing with this scene, a lot of good people, a lot of good connections, a lot of scumbags, a lot of shitheads, a lot of fuck faces,
Yeah,
a lot of
for
people
sure.
that will derail your career, will break up a band, will do whatever's in their best interest. So just keep. One of the sad things I've had to learn, luckily I'm a take no shit, no nonsense fucking lunatic, so I'm able to weave my way through everything. But you know, never be afraid to tell people no. Be wary sometimes of shit that I've seen so many horror stories, and I'm only bringing it up because you guys, like I said, have that great vibe. And you'd hate to see anyone get in there and weasel their way in there. You know what I mean? So sick to see. When you guys are out there on the road, you say you act fucking crazy, you have fun. How is your interactions with the fans themselves? Do you enjoy meeting people? Are you shy with people? How is it?
Who's answering the question?
I'd say we had like our best interactions, honestly, at the last show we played.
Last
which
show-
was a few days ago.
Yeah, and also the city show. We played our first city show a couple weeks ago was really
Nice.
cool because there was a good amount of people coming up to us
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
being like, did not expect to see you guys.
Sick.
We liked it.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're all more than happy to talk with people.
Yeah.
on the
Nice.
show.
Yeah, we
After
feed
the,
off of we feed off of energy really
Yeah.
hard.
After
We
the
love-
last
yeah.
show, I was taking down our set lists, and a few people actually asked for the set list.
yeah, that was,
Yeah,
that was the
that's
first.
sick.
That was the first time that's ever. First time
That's-
someone asked for
yeah.
his drumstick too.
Yeah, he
That
threw
was
his
cool.
drumstick
Yeah.
out, and
I
someone
know.
caught
I gotta
that.
start doing that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's expensive.
I mean, they
but
asked
I mean,
for it. They
like,
asked
yeah.
for it. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
You guys know as fans what that means to all of us, right? When you're going to see a band.
Oh,
and you
yeah,
do
yeah.
this,
Yeah, of
listen,
course.
It's the even the Mighty Metal Horror Madman. I lose my shit with all this stuff still because I love it. It's what I live for too.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
All the
lists-
I cherish
showing
all
off
my
my set
throwaway
list.
picks. I have like
Yeah.
I have an Acacia strain
We were at the
throwaway
same
pick
show.
that I keep very dear and near that I got from
Yeah.
Tune Low Die Slow. He also got one as well.
Yeah, we got yeah.
But that I have a deep purple guitar pick that I hold on to because they were sick. They were really cool.
I do
Over
have an
there on my
Ozzy.
wall, I have a stick from Silosis and a stick from Fit for an Autopsy.
Oh damn!
I do have a
That's
set
tight.
list from Ozzy Osbourne. It's one of the things I cherish most.
Ozzy Osbourne set list is crazy.
It is,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
I literally
crazy.
have it framed. I have a whole booklet worth of set lists in my living room.
He's
But
got
I have
a
one that's
picture
framed.
with Ozzy Osbourne from
Yeah.
when he was like,
My
how
little
young were you
child-
in that?
I was like
8.
8 or 10.
That's when
He
he
looks
got
like your
possessed.
godfather, bro.
And yeah, and I was like asking him questions about like his favorite moments of like when he was like, you know, I was actually able to talk to him and like, you know,
The
it
picture
was
is
amazing.
So tough.
It
The
was.
picture is so tough.
I have one. I
You
literally
gotta send it to me.
they're framed on my wall, and it's
It's sick. Yeah.
I can't forget about
Definitely something we cherish. And I think it's
it. Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
cool
Yeah.
that we at least got like a little moment.
we
to
got the
experience what
ending.
that
We got to
feels like
capture
a
the
little bit.
ending. Yeah.
That it's all sick memories, and it's so I'm 48, and I have stuff from when I'm 17 when I met Testament, and they signed all my fucking
Yeah.
CDs.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I've seen Testament.
Oh, it was when James Murphy was in the fucking band Death Metal Legend, fucking 94. I got to meet them. I got to meet Megadeth. But Dave Mustaine was a dick, but I still love him. I expected. I got his tattoo. It's okay. I know how that guy is.
hell yeah.
But Chuck Billy was like, they were the night, and we were like, fucking just we must have given them 25 CD covers. They like were overwhelmed. We were just like fucking geeking out about it. And I have all that. I love keeping any little memento I could get. And I mean, Dylan, you know, I fucking love interacting with people out in public, and I fucking love acting loud and crazy out in public. Those are two things I love to do. And at the Death Metal Fun Time Bonanza, when I was running around as Poop Man, one of my epic performances.
Yeah.
Staying in character, meeting people, talking to them, because that's what it's all about. And we have to remember, we have nothing without them. We have nothing without the fans and
Absolutely
followers.
nothing.
Like,
Yeah.
I get all
Like,
that energy. I get so confident when I get it. When I'm out there and people start getting in that frenzy, I am invincible. And you guys are that way too. And that's the fucking way you got to keep it when you hit that stage. And you said you're working on an EP/full album. How many songs do you have right now?
Ooh,
Let me check. I actually
let's
have
pull
it all
that
written
down.
down because I'm working on the lyrics.
Yo, let's see. We got. What's we had finalized?
Yeah,
1,
baby.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, you said how many are on it, not how many are finished.
I know. I'm just what we agreed, what we have so far for it. So we got
2, 3. Well, how many? Yeah.
yeah. How many?
How many are actually gonna be off?
We have 1, 2, 3 of them. We have 3 of them already released. So then
Swag.
I think that's either
Swag.
6 or 7 songs.
Yeah, we still have
Nice.
7 more songs that are getting
That's sick.
coming out.
And what would you say right now? What's the toughest part about getting the music out? Getting it on digital? You gonna do any physical media?
He's got to wait for me to send him the vocals.
Yeah, I get them over
Ah.
email, and then I drop them in. I used to do all the MIDI programming and all that stuff, and eventually it was just like I need help. So Paul decided to be like, "Yo, let me program the parts I'm gonna play. Like, let me do it." And it instantly that changed not only our sound and to make it sound a little bit more real and more professional,
Yeah.
but it took a load off what I had to do so I could focus on like mixing and tracking and working on his vocals, which mixing vocals is a very long process, but we love doing it.
In like
It
high
used
school.
to take him a lot longer to mix my vocals
Yeah.
because with the first song we released, Suffocation, and that EP, what is it, Plague of the Voice in Mind?
Yeah. Oh my
I was
god.
I was still working on learning vocals, so I couldn't actually do a false chord. I was doing this imitation vocal, which if I had drinking some soda a few minutes ago or drank any kind of condition, I
God.
couldn't do it.
God.
Yeah.
But then I think Scorched was the first release where I had the actual vocals on it.
No,
And-
Infernal Desolation.
Oh yeah,
Infernal
Infernal
was-
Desolation was, yeah.
It was crazy.
Infernal Desolation is the song that we have with Devin Swank.
Sick.
And,
We were like, oh, Dylan can make these noises. Oh Jesus.
Like, yeah, it was a big like
Oh,
oh,
Lord.
shit moment.
Yeah.
Like
It's just
Yeah.
one
whoa.
day I was like, hey guys,
Yeah,
I figured it out.
It was like
Damn.
it went
like,
at our
oh.
practices. It went from oh fuck we can't hear Dylan to oh fuck we can hear Dylan.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Sometimes over like the 808s now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is. He's got a powerful voice. That's for fucking sure. And you just got to figure it out, right? Like you hear him, you meet him in
It took
person.
a long time.
A long time. And I'm like, what a nice, distinguished young gentleman in person. On the fucking album, he sounds like fucking Satan, and he's gonna fucking murder everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes the
You know,
middle
whenever
moms
I
get
show
nervous
someone-
around him. Sorry, I'm talking so much. The energy. I have to bring up the metal
you're
moms.
good,
on my
you're
mind.
good, you're
Don't
good.
worry about it.
I want to nail a bunch of metal moms later, and it's on my mind, and I get sensitive about it.
Type shit.
Type shit.
Hit him up. He
Metal
might need,
Milk
he might need
Mafia.
Definitely with the vocals, and it's just from me doing content. I see where I was like 4 years ago. I couldn't even come close to the thrashes I yell now, or the slayers, or when I get that deep death. Like it just takes that, as you know, practice and practice, and a lot of failing,
Oh, yeah.
and a lot of
Yeah.
figuring
Lots of
out the right
practice.
things.
Oh yeah. Oh, and that goes for really everything with all
Yeah.
the demos we made and we're sending to each other. Like the more and more we sent them, I would send them to our band group chat, and they would be like, "This is cool. This is cool. This sucks. Fix it." I'm like,
Yeah.
I go back, fix it. This is cool. This is cool. This is cool. Why did you do that? Go back through, and
And
A lot of it was
and
from
then it's
him
all
for
good,
the-
and then I say, hey, I can't hear my vocals.
yeah,
Sometimes.
Oh my god.
I
Sometimes
say
you
it every
gotta-
time.
Sometimes you just gotta be as clear as you can
Yeah.
with your band members. Otherwise, there's
Yeah.
nothing to get done.
yeah, for
When
real.
SUNY purchase, I try to be as honest with him as I possibly can be.
Yeah,
He would tell him
That's-
straight up if a riff
yeah,
sucked.
literally.
I'd be like, you like not that you did this already, but like it's very similar.
Yeah, you did this already.
Do so,
Kurt.
you know,
You did this already.
And he does
Kurt.
it. You fucking kill it. You fuck
But,
shit up.
um,
You fuck shit up.
A lot of that came from him with like the drum stuff because I didn't have I had a guitar player brain, and as you know, guitar players cannot program drum parts. We just make them the most
Put it in the
unplayable fucking thing ever. So he was like, just let me do it. So we went, at first it was him making the MIDI programming and then sending it to me over like a Logic file. I would throw that into my plugin, try to mix it, but the MIDI would usually corrupt or get fucked up some way.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, Paul, bounce it. We bounced it down with his samples, and I just mixed them like they're live drums, and it sounds so sick.
I'm a big fan of my samples.
Yeah, he the Taco Bell snare.
Yeah.
Is my favorite one.
I'm very influenced by hyperpop with that shit. I'm not too ashamed to admit that, but I love my samples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ad libs we have.
Yeah, I spent like 2 years, the last 2 years of my high school, taking these music trade classes, and that whole time I was just locked in on drums because like I knew that's what I wanted to do. Like I had on and off moments in my life where I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but now that I'm in this band, I kind of have to. I can't say I don't want to do this anymore because like
then we're.
If you don't know this, I actually signed a contract with my own blood with these guys.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Yep. With Count
Tell him
Sax.
about
There is
You
no
were supposed to tell him
Decarthus.
about that, man.
There is no Decarthus without Paul.
Yeah,
There is no
literally.
Decarthus without Count Sax.
This man is one of the
Yeah.
craziest drummers I've ever heard, and he told us something that was crazy. He said, "I didn't even know how to do
Double
kick."
kick.
Yeah.
He was like, when I joined this band, I didn't know how to do double kick, and I heard the tracks you sent, and I learned it in a week.
No, it was within a month.
Within a month, he learned how to
Damn.
evenly do really fast double kicks.
And it's
I
like
kinda locked
it's
in.
like scary.
Like, he
Yeah.
never goes off time. This man is like a metronome.
And we don't use a click. We don't use triggers.
We just
So-
play to him.
I'm not a fan of
and he
triggers.
is a robot. It is
That
awesome.
The thing you guys are giving everybody, like, I don't want to hear one of these fucking bands give me one excuse about anything. You guys start this podcast, you're like, we're all mental cases, we're all fucking out of our fucking minds. We met
Oh,
each
yeah.
other.
No, yeah, straight up.
So we are 100%.
But and you use the music to fix stuff. You know what I mean? You said you were going through some hard shit, and I relate to this so much. I have, as you can imagine, I am a complete fucking crazy person. I have massive highs and lows. To be my close friend, everyone, they're like, it's a roller coaster. Not everybody can take it. They really can't. I can tell you. But when I'm down, if I wasn't creating anything, I'd be lost. If I didn't have that outlet,
for sure.
like you guys, I like
great
to have
outlet,
fun.
yeah.
I like to be crazy. I like to show that energy, the brutality, and because the world is so fucked up. The world.
It
is
keeps
just
me as
disgusting.
sane as I can be.
Right, without this shit, and you guys are showing all those examples. The other thing too is where you go, we talk to each other honestly. We don't like something and we say it. What's so hard about
Yeah,
it?
everyone's opinion is heard because it's a group effort. Without each other,
Group effort.
this thing don't work.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've had so many nights where I've just sat in front of one of his files and I see the drums and I'm just sitting there for like a good hour. I'm like, what do I do?
and then it's a FaceTime call until 3:00 in the morning, working through the project, and he's just like, hey Ivan, keep this, and it's just the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. And I'm like,
Sometimes I just like fucking around and I just putting in like drum sections that don't fit for no
don't
reason.
fit,
like,
but are in time, and it's
like 2-step sections in a part that shouldn't have it. Like,
yeah.
tons of laughs when we're making stuff.
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
It's
Overnight
that
FaceTime
communication.
calls. Like,
It's that communication, and that's what breaks up a lot of bands. They don't. You've heard this with the biggest bands in the world. They start resenting They don't speak their minds. I live my life like that, right? And like I said, some people can handle it, some can't. There's some people that can't be my friend or whatever because I just fucking say what I say. If they're doing something that's hurting them, I'm gonna fucking say it. And I would hope they would do it to me. You know what I mean? That's a huge trait most people don't have. So you got to give yourselves lots of credit and do not lose that. That will keep you lifelong friends, bandmates,
Yeah.
forever.
That's
We pretty much like formed this band like as
friends.
with friends.
yeah.
Friends.
Well, I
are
mean,
like-
I just kind of came along.
He came along, but he is now one of our greatest friends. The way that
Nice.
happened,
It was like only a
was-
year.
yeah, it's
we were
only
like,
been a year.
hey,
Insane.
we need a drummer. So what we did, we put band logo, little thing, deathcore drummer
There's
needed,
an old one. Bro.
age range, and then I put my phone number with the pull tabs at the bottom and put it
Oh,
up
sick,
in the
old
music
school.
shop.
Local music shop, the classic thing. Put it
Yeah.
looking for a
I'll
drummer
tell.
at
So I was at work. I was
music.
making some food, and I get a call, random number, but I answered it, and it's him. He's like, "Hey, so I saw your ad."
Still need a drummer, and we're like,
And we're like,
Yeah! Yeah, my mom was like so pissed off at me after that. She was like, "You need to focus on school. You can't be doing this." And I'm like,
I need the drum.
hey, it's been an outlet. My dad and my brother drummed for a bit, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Yeah,
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to do
it's like it's
It's
just something I just grew up around, and I don't know math. I just hit stuff with sticks.
I like that. That should be a song. That should be the EP's title. I don't know math. I just
I don't
hit
know
stuff
math,
with
I just hit
sticks.
There's a way of life.
and it's,
We should
it's
put that on the
crazy
back
to-
of a shirt.
Yeah.
It's
Seriously,
crazy to
sick.
think about, like, all the little things that if they didn't happen, this band wouldn't even be a thing. Like, me and Ivan, we played soccer together for probably about, like, 10 years or more. And if this one day he didn't
One of
come
our-
like, he came over to my house because like,
one of our
my-
closest friends, like going through like middle school, passed away in a car accident, just reckless driving.
yeah.
And Dylan and I had been listening to more heavy stuff. I had been putting him on to more stuff when that happened. And we kind of were like, what if we just put out all this frustration and sadness from losing Vlad
Yeah, we
into-
were like, let's just make a song.
into
And
like, music
we
and
didn't
see
even
where it
have
goes.
very good equipment. Like this microphone, this LED microphone,
Video game
is
microphone.
is what that first EP and Suffocation were recorded on. I mean, now I have the Shure SM7B, but it was recorded on that with a fake imitation vocal. But you had to do it some way.
There was just that hit our lives at a time that I don't think no one saw that coming. I remember seeing him the day before, and then it happened.
Yeah.
And what he was one of the first friends I had met when I had moved into a new town from another school an hour and a half away.
And
It
we
was-
actually all played soccer together, and
all
they were
together.
and like when I first met them, they were so close. I thought they were brothers or cousins or
Wow.
something.
Yeah, but that's definitely the moment that I think.
And if he didn't, like, a few years prior to that, he came over to my house after this one soccer practice because my parents weren't over, and I was like, hey, I got a surround sound in my room. Let's listen to music as loud as we can.
Nice.
And so up to this point, like we were a lot younger, so the only metal that I had known was from my dad. So it was the Metallica, Pantera,
I know
stuff
exactly.
like that.
I
Right.
played
So
this
he
man.
comes over and he's like, check out this. And he puts on Worship Decay by Silosis. I'm like, oh my god,
What a
this
transition,
is
bro.
I'm like, this is
down
amazing.
down the
Yeah.
rabbit hole, brother.
Crazy,
Right
crazy
down the
jump.
rabbit hole.
Crazy
Yeah.
jump.
You guys already have all the rock stories when you become super big. You fucking give me like 20 classic stories over here, and it's just great to see.
A lot of shit has happened
Yeah.
in our life with each other.
We all-
There's been like what 3 out of the 5 of us car crashes.
Oh yeah, damn near saw
Four,
my
at least 4 out of 5 of us.
After not playing one, but going to a show in Jersey, I fell asleep on the highway on the way back.
Oh.
So that car went bye-bye.
That's why I don't trust you in the band.
I was on the way to come record at his house. Coming out at an intersection, I got lit up by someone coming around someone on the paint. I got spun around. My car got totaled. I had all my gear in the car.
Oh, damn.
My guitar made it. Was perfectly in tune when I got home,
Wow.
which blew my mind because a piece of the door had gone through the gig bag. But I still have that gig bag. They've all seen it. There's just foam that comes out of it now because of what the
And
door did
I
to
think
it.
you can see the bottom of the bass. That was
Yeah.
also
And
in the
this
car.
bass was in
It has
the
a
car.
few dings in it.
Yeah.
And one of the
That's-
frets had popped out, and I told the insurance company, "Hey, our frets are fucked,"
Yeah.
and they helped us out with that.
Yeah.
Which
Nice.
was,
I got
which was a good
rear-ended.
thing.
I got rear-ended pretty bad coming up from New Jersey when I bought the bass amp that we still use. For a while, we
The
didn't have a
fuzzer?
bass amp. We were just playing through like a guitar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My vocals
A
were going
crate
through a
amp.
Best
Yeah.
Buy Bluetooth X Boom bass speaker.
When I picked
Yeah.
up a
the Telecaster, a Jimru Telecaster, from the post office. I bought off of Reverb. Yeah. I got T-boned making a turn because a dude ran a red light.
Oh, so
And,
four out of
yeah.
five.
4 out of the 5, man.
Yeah, I also
Champion.
spun and I hit a telephone pole. I got a concussion.
5 of 5.
Hey,
Yeah,
I mean,
whiplash and all that.
This
Oh,
is
wait,
why
it's
I'll be the
five.
first.
Yeah, I
This is
guess
why
everyone
I'll-
got it correct. Yeah.
This is
And
why
he
I'll
got
be the
held at
van.
gunpoint at a gas station.
I mean, listen, this is why I'll be the van driver, because all of y'all crashed and I haven't. And plus,
Yeah.
plus
Oh,
I'm
it's not
straight
5 out
edge.
of 5. You haven't crashed?
No, but I'm like
Oh.
straight edge, so I mean,
You gotta compete
either way,
the- you gotta
I'm
compete
he's
the
the
game.
van driver.
When we get a van, he's the designated driver.
It seems it.
I mean, listen, when you guys are old enough, I'm gonna be the one that's not drinking. So I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Because when we go to shows, we take 2 to 3 cars.
Crammed full of gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy this guy's car crashed, to be quite honest, because hold on, because without him needing me to
You
drive
wouldn't have
him,
been
I
forced
wouldn't.
to drive me, and I wouldn't terrorize you as much as.
Well,
Purchase car rides, yeah.
I'm happy it happened because I wouldn't have gotten as close with him.
Yeah.
I don't think as fast, and it's kind of like, you know, some bad things can be made good.
Yeah.
So you're not happy it happened.
There's a
but you're
bright
happy
side,
of the
yeah.
outcome.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
outcome was cool.
I'm not happy
All I'm
about
gonna say
him
though
getting
is-
concussed.
All I'm gonna say though is I miss my car.
I miss
That's
The Kia Soul.
I miss
The
my
Kia Soul.
the Kia Soul.
I don't miss my old car. I upgraded.
Fair.
You did upgrade there.
The thing too is the good thing is you're so young. So just so you know, there'll be another fucking.
Oh,
decade
yeah.
of
Oh,
time.
yeah.
I'm
Never
waiting.
stops. It never fucking.
I'm waiting for my
stops.
first.
and you gotta say, well, you've got to turn everything into a positive. It's that cliche.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
made you stronger. You've overcome a lot of shit. I've seen a lot of bands and creators quit over nothing. Quit because their views
Yeah.
aren't there. Not enough people showed up at the show. You guys are getting in fucking car crashes, held up by gunpoint. Fucking dementors are coming from the sky after you, and nothing's
We've had
stopping
6
you.
people at a show once, and half the people
See?
moshing were like the security at the show.
Yeah, well, you gotta do what you gotta do,
Yeah.
man.
But
That's
and we still went hard. We gave that 100% because
Why not?
why not?
Why not?
Why the hell not?
We're playing a show. Let's do it.
Yeah,
All
if
right,
you
all
can
right, all right.
entertain one fucking person, you did more than most people. If you
Yeah.
influence one person in your life, most people don't. So just takes
I
time.
do.
There's this one guy at the last show that is actually like a genuine fan of us. That for a little bit I thought that he was one of their friends,
Ah,
and like because after one of the first times I saw him there, he's like, "Where's Jerry?"
Oh yeah,
We're like,
Lucas,
we're like,
yeah,
are you one of
Lucas.
Jerry's friends? He's like,
He's like,
no,
"No."
where's Jerry? We're like, how do you know it?
I think he wanted Jerry to like sign something, or I don't know, but he is like our biggest fan right
Shout
now.
out Lucas,
Amazing.
bro.
Shout
out Lucas. Shout out
We love you, bro.
OG, bro.
that's sick, guys.
Shout out.
You
Shout out
got-
Chris. Shout out Joey.
You guys have the stories. You got the chemistry. You have the music. It's been a fucking pleasure on this fucking episode. We had some technical difficulties. We overcame together.
Oh,
What you gotta do, man?
Let them know where to find Decarthus, all social medias, what's upcoming, shows, music, all the fun stuff, please.
Instagram. It's just at Decarthus with an extra S
Because
because of technical difficulties.
Next show will be Oceano. As of right now, it is Oceano with I Declare War, Crucifixion, and Marciana Rose. It's
September
an
29th
insane
at
lineup.
Dingbats. That's going to be awesome.
Shout out Dingbats.
It's gonna be an
And
insane show.
You can find our
Insane
music on
lineup. Insane
Spotify, Apple Music,
Pandora,
YouTube, yeah.
iHeartRadio, literally anywhere.
Anywhere.
Anywhere your ears please.
We don't put anything on SoundCloud though. I think that's the only thing we don't
We have one demo on SoundCloud, though.
from
Oh,
a very long time
Are
ago.
we SoundCloud rappers?
Sure.
Yeah! Yeah!
It's just Decarthus
Whatever it takes to get
everywhere.
famous at this point, you do what the fuck you gotta do. What do you think I sleep with these moms because I like the way their old asses look? No, I'm trying to make moves all the time. I gotta do it.
We making moves.
We're making moves. I don't just